Hi everybody and welcome back. Today we have the Jeep Wrangler. It's the Rubicon, so it's top of the range. We have this for a couple hours and we'll give it a first impression, point of view review and take it for a short test drive and see what it's like. So let's first have a look at the outside. This is a 2023. They're coming out with an updated version in 2024. As you can see, it's huge, big. I mean, this bumper is about 10 feet long. Okay, not quite, but you know what I mean. To open the bonnet, you'll have to undo all these latches. But the first thing you'll have to do is lift up this little flap here, and with a key, you put it in and you open it. Chunky tires, off-road tires. You can see it's sitting very high up. You can take everything, all the tops and sides off here. You can also take the doors off, as I'm sure you know. It's got the typical Jeep square lights at the back. Thankfully on this one we got a reverse camera underneath the behind the spare tire. It has a two-part boot. You can either just open the door, the lower part, which would be a bit of a faff if you have a car right behind you, or you can open the top part as well. You get 548 litres of boot space and 1049 litres if you fold the middle row down. It's actually quite big. We get a 12 DC socket. There are lots of tethering points and tie-down points under all this crap over here. You've also got some underfloor storage. Here are some more tie-downs. Very practical indeed. And by the way, if it's your first time here, welcome. I post these reviews every other day. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's just continue checking out this beast of a car. Very chunky side skirts, and the back seats. This is the 4 or 5 door version. You can also get this in a 3-door version. The back seats are not too bad. It's quite spacious back here. This is my driving position. It's a little bit of a faff to get in because it's very high up and there's no side step. But in the back we get plenty of knee room, plenty of headroom, especially when the roof comes off. And this is, by the way, a one-touch open, a roof that opens up. I'll show you in a minute. There's no storage in the doors. All you get is a net. You open the windows from down here, and underneath there are a whole bunch of USB and USB-C sockets. You also get a 3-pin 230 volt socket in the back, little storage tray and some more storage trays. I'm not sure what the purpose of those are. You get some nets behind the seats. An armrest that eventually folds down. 2 cup holders, a little bit more storage. Leather seats. It feels comfortable back here, also quite spacious. I think you can fit 3 adults just about comfortably in here. There are also isofixes behind. You get some vents. Yeah, it's not a bad place to be, especially when that roof is off. Speakers, these are waterproof, by the way. '90-degree angle opening, almost 90 degree. So it's quite easy to get in and out of there. This is the 2-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. It's got 272 horsepower. It'll be powerful enough for your day-to-day use, especially for 4x4 driving. It's not the most powerful engine, but it's not why you get this car. This is leather, beautifully stitched all over. You also get a leather dashboard, a little bit of storage up there, storage trays. You got the stitch that goes all the way around. It's actually quite nice. It's also in the doors. Storage space, it's not so much. All you get is some nets in the doors. You got a small glove compartment. And the underarm storage is okay. You get a tray, and then if you lift that, you get some more deep storage. It's actually quite big, which makes up for the lack of space in other places. There's also a USB socket inside. You get 2 cup holders. a little more storage under the handbrake. And to be fair, it's quite civilized in here. Every so often you see something that reminds you it's actually a real chunky 4x4, like these big chunky grab handles. Your 4 AUX sockets, cover for media with further sockets, your front and rear differential locking settings. But other than that, it's very civilized. You get an 8-inch touchscreen. It's quite simple to use. Although it's got the climate settings on here, we've also got physical climate settings down at the front here, which we'll get to in a minute. This does not have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It does have Bluetooth, but not Apple CarPlay. It's got a sat nav. It's very responsive. It's a little bit laggy, but they're updating this screen to go, I think it's a 12.25 inch we're getting after this. The climate settings, very simple. As I said, it's either over here, or you can control it from control dials, buttons. Yeah, it's all fantastic. Heated seats on this model with a heated steering wheel. You got physical volume dials and tuning dials. You could turn the screen off by pressing this button here. Touch a screen and it goes back on. You can mute just by pressing this button, mute the stereo. Your auto on off when you stop by traffic lights or any other time you stop. Your anti-skid and anti-lock and all that kind of anti stuff is also over here. Going further down, you've got this media cover, which you have a USB-C, USB and an AUX socket. Windows. In this car we get a lighter, good old-fashioned. Then you got all your off-road settings down there, including your too high, too low, full high, full low, and all that kind of stuff, which we're not going to do on this drive because we're test driving on roads. The steering wheel is comfortable. I've seen reviews how it's been difficult for people to get in a comfortable position, but I found it okay. This is the highest the steering wheel goes. It goes reach and rake, it does it all. On the left hand side you can control different settings, which shows up on the driver display in front of you. And on the right hand side you control the cruise control, your radar cruise control, your lane assist, and all that kind of stuff. And as I said earlier, this is a one-touch roof open. Now today's weather in London is not the best. It's cloudy, which is not so bad for filming because it does give us decent lighting normally. It opens all the way back, which is fantastic. Look at that. Let me get up so you can see it. Wow, it's brilliant. It's also a one-touch close. This model here is the top of the range, the Rubicon, and we'll take it for a short test drive. It's a first impression, so I'll give feedback as I drive. I've only just picked up this car from around the corner a few minutes ago. Well, when I say a few minutes, I mean a couple of minutes before I pulled up when I started doing this review. Oh, okay, it's got instant, it's got instant torque to it. You feel the pickup straight away at low speed. According to Jeep, this will do approximately 26 or 27 miles to the gallon. I doubt that's a realistic figure. The first thing I'm gonna say as a first impression is you do feel a little bit disconnected from the road. It feels jumpy and all over the place. Now that can do with the chunky off-road tires that it has. But I can see their appeal and why so many people love this car, love to buy this and use it for the day-to-day driving. It is possible. It's very big, but thankfully it does come with some driving aids, sensors, reverse camera. And in a way you do feel king of the road. It is a Jeep at the end of the day. They don't make the best cars, but this one definitely stands out. What it's like compared to other cars in its class, like the Suzuki Jimny, Land Rover Defender. I've driven the Land Rover Defender, well, I've driven them both, but the Land Rover Defender's on the channel. I'll post the link for that at the end of this video. The Suzuki Jimny, to be honest with you, I actually put a deposit down on. I loved it so much I was going to buy it. I actually changed my mind last minute because I'm not sure why, to be honest, and I probably will still get that car only because it's such a cheap car. The problem with it is it's very basic. It doesn't have much to it. The Land Rover Defender was absolutely brilliant. I loved that car. The issue with that, or the issue when it comes to people that are looking to buy the Jeep, is that it's not crazy enough. It's too civilized. Don't get me wrong, it's a go anywhere car, the Land Rover Defender, but it's become a, you know, some people call it a M5, a BMW M5 alternative. I don't think so, I don't see it that way, but I can sort of understand a little bit why people would say that. It's a very civilized car, whereas this car is absolute madness. The speed is at 50 miles an hour. I'm going to actually take it on the highway and see what it's like at 70. But if I had the choice to buy this or the Defender, I don't really have an answer. I think they're two complete different kinds of cars. The Defender is much more civilized than this, there's no question about it. Right, we'll take the M1 over here. I'm currently going 40 miles an hour. It's got the one-touch indicator that clicks 3 times. Blinks 3 times, I should say. In America they call them blinkers for that reason, because they blink. Seating position is great, it's comfortable. I'm sitting high up. Got a nice leather red stitched armrest. Right, let's see if we can figure out how the cruise control works. Right, 60. And it is rather noisy in here. Right, let's set it to. How do we work this? Right, set. Right, we're set at 62 miles per hour. Adaptive cruise control off. No, we want to put adaptive cruise control on. Speed limiter ready. No. Right, adaptive cruise control ready. And set. Set at 64 miles per hour. I think it's slowing down because it's picked up there's a truck in front of me. Let's see if we can change lanes and speed up a little bit. Yeah, straight away I feel it speeding up. But it's detected the Volvo in front of me, so it's stepping back a little bit.
Speed camera ahead.
And for some reason this car is telling me when there's a speed camera. Right, let's speed up a little bit. Set on 70. We're gonna have to go in the second right hand lane and see what that's like. Currently driving about just over 60 miles per hour. We'll go in the right lane for it to speed up to 70. There we go. And it's at 70. This is the speed this is what it sounds like at 70 miles per hour. I hope you can hear me because it's actually very noisy in the car. And I think for the sake of the volume, I will slow down a little bit. So yeah, that is a bit of a downside on this car. But it's not a motorway car, and we knew that. If you don't mind the sound, it does have, by the way, a very good sound system, a premium sound system. So you can drown out the sound by using the sound system. What I'll do is, I can't play music for copyright purposes.
Yes.
So, and when you go to prison, it's up to it's self-determination.
But we can
I'm gonna have to nudge you towards the
play the radio.
I mean, the researchers looked at people. It can.
And it's a talk show, and I can tell you it's crystal clear. I will go off at this exit. Yeah, so as I was saying, if you have good music, you would be able to drown out the sound in this car. But this is made for a 4x4. It's to take you to places where no man can reach, no man can go. So it's not really made for the motorway, but if you want to take it on the motorway, it is very capable. I can tell you that the steering wheel and my bottom is very warm. Seat warmers and steering wheel warmer is definitely working. Right, we'll cancel the cruise control and we'll go in the left lane. Even the indicator stalk feels chunky and quality. That's fantastic. I like this car. It's actually brilliant. What a fantastic car, absolutely fantastic. So what's my final verdict? Well, I think I just said it. It's fantastic. It's brilliant. This is the kind of car you need in your car collection. It is so good. Yes, it has its faults. You know, it feels a little bit disconnected from the road and the steering is a little bit vague. But that's sort of expected from such a car. It's completely different than the Land Rover Defender. Suzuki Jimny doesn't even come close to this. Although I'm not knocking the Suzuki Jimny, it's a very good car. And it's just not as good as this. I think it's a fantastic car. You will absolutely love it. And if you want to watch my review on the Land Rover Defender, then click over here. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.